What's up? Here is another review of Futurama, of this new revival season, coming back for the second time, and for the first time in 10 years. Episode 2, Children of a Lesser Bog. One thing I appreciate in Futurama, much like Bart Simpson with the chalkboard or the couch gags in The Simpsons, is that in Futurama, there's always some message at the bottom of the title screen in every episode, and I love what they put down this time. Yes, a lot happened while you guys were out.
In Mother's absence, I realized no one is the boss of me anymore.
You're really gonna go this entire mission without helping?
Not helping pays the same and doesn't require trying.
So to start, Fry is licking some weird substance on his jacket, and he's initially made fun of for it, but he explains what it is, and then Zoidberg actually licks it completely off, because you know how much of a glutton Zoidberg can be. It got reclassified as industrial glue. Bender, however, finds a way to actually make this weird concoction, which actually causes Professor Farnsworth to get a diabetic attack. It's so sticky that it actually causes Amy to lose her teeth, and Zoidberg offers to schedule her an appointment to put them back on, all for her to look up her schedule and realize that there's something she was supposed to do coming up, as it's been 20 years since a very important date. It's the 20-year anniversary of when Kif gave birth to a bunch of little tadpoles. Yes, way back from the first run of Futurama episodes, not the second one on Comedy Central, the first run when it was on Fox. Amy's family shows up. Of course, so does the rest of the Planet Express crew. Zap Brannigan is even there to show support to Kif. As the result of the temperature of the water that these surviving tadpoles grew in, they all grow differently based on the temperature of the water. It's weird, but hey, you know, Kif is a fictional species, and so are his children. Back at Planet Express, Amy reminds Leela that she accidentally impregnated Kif 20 years ago, or 20 years earlier. Professor Farnsworth puts on a video called Sex Across the Universe, and yeah, just hear the excitement from Bender.
Oh yeah, educate me, baby.
I guess not too surprising with someone who had such a massive porn folder.
How long will it take?
4 or 5 hours.
Shall we adjourn to the porn folder?
So the Amphibiosus species, that's Kif, they don't do sexual intercourse or that kind of intimacy. All it takes is a touch. That sucks. It has to be the right person, I think, but that just sucks. So there are some fun shenanigans with Amy and Kif taking their kids to the park after spray painting the wall with the word poop. That's actually pretty cool, a spray paint that you can twist the top and actually change the type of spray paint. You'd think that would already exist nowadays, but I guess that would complicate things, because then you'd have to fill it up with different paints and have them switch around inside the container. Let's not overthink it, but you know, that would be the reason why we don't have it. But that's pretty cool. Brick spray paint instead of the blue one. Unfortunately, Zap Brannigan puts Kif on a mission with him, which therefore causes Amy to be forced to take care of their kids alone. Even worse, she's noticing that the kids are taking a much greater liking to Leela. Leela is definitely spoiling them pretty well, giving them a fun time, and Amy is quite jealous of it. But one reason they seem to be gravitating towards Leela is because she actually is the biological mom, even if by accident. Zap Brannigan is taking quite a liking to those weird sticky candies that Bender made. And I don't know, what do you think? Does it appear that Zap actually does care, even just a little, for Kif? Just listen to what he says right here.
Bring a bowl of these candies to my quarters when you're done crying.
Zap and Kif get on this strange planet that is pretty secluded and not really full of that much, besides these bears called tardigrades, a fancy word for ugly. the grand midwife who did the ceremony to bring Kif his kids, and of course asked for a charitable donation from Amy's rich parents, after spending time watching Kif's kids hidden in the background, away where nobody could see, she points out that Amy is not the mother. Because of the biology, it's Leela. The tardigrades go crazy and actually take Zap into the cave, and Kif has to actually go rescue him. The mission was just about to end, but because of those candies, the tardigrades saw that and wanted Zap, maybe just to have more of those candies. Sadly, because of the revelation that the Grand Midwife revealed to Amy, and that she has to challenge Leela for the right of motherhood the following day, even though Leela isn't actually trying to take away the kids at all, which, when you think about it, is kind of sad. It's like deciding on who gets possession of someone's kids, which is always dramatic. Amy video calls Kif, and he wants to be there to help her, but can't because he has to save Zap, and Zap is shouting some pretty hilarious and inappropriate lines during that call, and it makes me wonder, is Amy actually hearing Zap shout those lines or not, because I don't think she's really responding to them, or she just is focused on Kif. Kif really steps up his game, though, like, seriously. He's always been shown to be kind of a pushover, but I guess when worse comes to worse, he really stepped it up and, kicked some bare ass, saves Zap, and then they escape. Kif does show up late to the challenge that Amy must face, but fortunately in the end, the Grand Midwife, based on what Amy said, because she spoke from her heart and truly loves Kif's kids, that Amy is granted the motherhood of Kif's kids.
Amy Wong, do you or do you not love those children?
More than I knew I could love anything.
Which is all that truly matters. The challenge is over. You are their mother.
This one's for Axel, Mandy, and a little what's-his-name.
So this is overall a really funny episode, but it does have some heartfelt moments. The ending is a very heartfelt moment, and it's like Futurama to do this kind of thing. Often voted the most emotional, saddest cartoon episode of all time is that Futurama episode during the Fox run. He wants to get his dog back from 1999 into the the year 3000 whatever, and instead realizes the dog lived a full life after he was sent to the future, and doesn't want to revive him. And then you see at the end when the dog actually was waiting for him every single day until the day it died. That is proof right there that Futurama can do these emotional episodes with a lot of heart. Don't forget another episode, once again with Fry during the Fox run, when he realized that after he disappeared from 1999 or 2000, his brother, who he had this big rivalry with, named his son after him, Philip J. Fry. So they're really good at this kind of thing. There's also that one with Leela where she finds out about her biological parents. There's also one about Bender where he's trying to figure out what happened to Inspector 5. Turns out Hermes was hiding that information because he didn't want to put Bender into the boiler or whatever to destroy him for his defect, instead allowing him to live. And that one was during the Comedy Central one. There's a lot of episodes with heart and emotion, and this episode definitely has it. I'd say it's still more of a funny episode, but it has a lot of heart with how Amy and Kif are handling the kids, how Amy is jealous over Leela getting more attention from the kid, and how they're worried about fighting for possession, for motherhood of the kids. At the very end, Amy spoke from the heart with true honesty and is granted motherhood of Kif's children. Really good episode. And so far, we're off to a pretty great start this season. Looking forward to the next.